And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go, come on.
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, second down.
And that's called winning at the point of attack, isn't it? Right there at the line of scrimmage. I know he's a little bummed out now. He doesn't get credit for a tackle for a loss, but no gain, his guys will take that.
And speaking of winning, to be as cheesy as we can, he was the winner of the NFC Defensive Player of the Week award from last week, so he's really stringing together some good football.
So not only did he get a gold star, he might have gotten a gold watch too, huh?
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Here's Rodgers. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half-dozen sacks. And here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're an offense and you saw that on tape, you've got to think to yourself, maybe I'll bring people in, keep them in, and try and protect my quarterback. It didn't work on that play.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Flex round! Flex round!
This is Breida. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And Ingram hauls it in. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Gain of 38.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. Now this time he'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
Let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
Out of the gun, Brissett. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for. And now it's 3rd down. Back-to-back great plays defensively. You get the sack on 1st and goal. A great job in coverage there. All of a sudden, they're looking at 3rd and goal from further back than when they started.
And the really good play callers look ahead and down and distance sequence. Now he's got to backtrack a little bit and go maybe off his play sheet to try and dial something up here.
This is 3rd and goal. Brissett being chased out left. Throw left side, complete to Ross. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. So our initial drive of the night ends in 3 points. Maybe not exactly what this home crowd wanted, but they'll take the early lead.
They will take it. You're exactly right. Everybody wants a touchdown. But in this case, good opening drive, put points on the board. And a lot of coaches do believe the first team to score in the game, statistically, often ends up the winner.
And now the Packers get set to go. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
On first down, Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the... Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. The tackle goes there to Linval Joseph. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look. 6 DBs. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. And the great veteran Eric Berry back to knock that one away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now out comes Minnesota. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38!
They run with Breida. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
Nice job there defensively on 3rd down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
Here's Breida. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Brissett. Open man right side is Ingram. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
I know they got the 1st down, but, Brandon, I still don't like the call going for it there. Yeah, they got it, but I would have punted the ball there, played some field position. I mean, it's okay to end drives and kicks, right? You know, we've heard that from different guys before. Remember, a kick's either a punt, right, field goal, or a point after touchdown. It's okay to end it in a kick.
That's into the hands of Reynolds. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, as the defense rallies quickly after the nice move. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Let's go! White 90! White 90! Ohio! Ohio!
Now it's Breida, and they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
Flex round! Flex round!
On 3rd down, Brissett. And this one is incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And that will make it 6-0. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Yeah, they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A good pickup there of 22. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trucks through it.
Oh, man, right through him.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's go, hey, let's go, come on.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick, and his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Give him 7 yards on the carry, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. Second down, Brissett. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll roll him out right. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 48 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Barely got the extra point, and the lead now stands at 13. Bailey now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. To throw is Rodgers. And an alley to run. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him the first. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Rodgers now on first down. Got a man, that's Allison. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. He's to the 10. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Forced out to his left. And now another one thrown incomplete. And the great veteran Eric Berry back to knock that one away.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
15 seconds, all that remains for this first half as they come up 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. He sets to fire deep into a double team, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10. A final shot before half for Rodgers. And this will complete to Will Fuller. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Muhammad Wilkerson elevated a tempo program that was looking for players like him, and he's carried that on into the NFL. What a terrific play there.
A nice tackle for loss for the former Temple Owl, as you said, and the 30th pick in the 2011 draft. And once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. Brissett sets to throw it. It's caught. Nelson. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And Nelson's got it here right side. That one goes for 24 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. Dancing to his left. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Flex round! Flex round!
They'll try to run with Breida. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
They get it to him running left. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker board?
Yeah, those two.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Hey, check 26. Get up. Hey, Mike. Check 52.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. Wide open receiver complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Rodgers now on first down. And that's off the mark, incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
They'll run it now out of the gun. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
We got three down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
We got 4 down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. And a play like that with how far he had to go to make that sack shows how athletic defensive ends have become in the NFL.
And not just athletic, this is coached in a big way.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back 1 pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
They begin the drive with Williams. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Where Brandon Pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage, they've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. And he'll go down at the 28. It's a gain of 5. And they're going to face a 3rd down. Well, a clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play. Set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%. 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Brissett now. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Zadarius Smith with a big-time sack. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that one ups the lead to 22-0. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Got 4. Get reset. Hey, easy. Right.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
26.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind, with him running the team, that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Throwing is Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. The 13 yards that time at a 1st. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion, or even worse, an interception.
Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this.
All right.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. They'll step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty.
Hey, where am I going? Jump out!
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Going underneath, it's Coleman. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
Let's go, come on.
It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that, 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Drops it off for Coleman. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out.
Hey, check 26.
On 1st down, Rodgers. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Rodgers again now. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Now a desperation throw, and Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off down at the 10. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
Throw left side, complete to Ross. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
57 to fight. 57 to fight. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Ohio! Ohio! Hey, I got him. Flex round! Flex round!
That one looks like he'll throw here. Unable to corral him. He fights through. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Out of the gun, Brissett. He's going to air one out. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his 6th touchdown of the season. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And the interception by the Vikings D leads to a touchdown. Bailey now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room, get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes folks say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column, too.
So for Minnesota, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, it's a disappointing way to lose your first game as they drop to 10-1 now on the year. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Arizona Cardinals. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles